Hi friends, in this video I'm going to talk about 4 pastors. Pastors has been trending. I'll talk about the ROCCG General Overseer, Papa Adeboye. I'll talk about Streams of Joy, Pastor Jerry. I'll talk about Salvation Ministry, Pastor David Ibiyomie. I'll talk about 4 pastors, Pastor Paul Adefarasin, House on the Rock, in this particular video. If you are a Christian, born again or church goer, follow this video, listen very well and share it, because you need this particular information. Before I proceed, listen to this testimony.
I will from here go to Port Harcourt, say 2 weeks, 1 month. When we go to class, I will sit on the bench with my children. Those children that are there, they're my children. And I'm the mom among them. I wasn't ashamed, though. The teacher will be teaching, I will raise my hand and ask questions. Because the children, the younger ones can understand once. But me as a mama, I have to ask questions.
That's Her Excellency, Dame Patience Jonathan. That's the wife of the former president of Nigeria, Mama P. Goodluck Jonathan's wife. That's the wife. She's now an official PhD holder from Port Harcourt. She came to give her testimony in Streams of Joy, Pastor Jerry's church. I got this video from a channel of an NSPPD member, NSPPD. Now from there I see this particular video, and for 15 minutes I was checking all the different blogs in Nigeria. Nobody post them. But if not bad news now, they go rush post them. Let us start with a video that I saw online last week trending from Pastor David Ibiyomie. I've seen everything people have to say about it. Truth be told, what I see in Pastor David Ibiyomie is that he's trying to fight, whereas he shouldn't fight as a pastor. Pastor David Ibiyomie came to say that those that are twisting his story, those that are doing this, he's going to arrest them. And I know the storyline already. VDM put mouth for inside, Prince Will put mouth for inside. I saw different bloggers put mouth for inside the matter, and they criticized Pastor David Ibiyomie for what he said. Yes, I also criticized him for what he said. There were some statements he makes in his videos that is a lie, that is wrong. See, what I've noticed in our pastors in Nigeria is that they assume that they cannot make mistakes. Some people assume that they've known so much or they've grown so much, and they forget that they were men in human form before God called them. And yes, it's allowed to make mistakes. And when you make mistake in your utterances, go to the pulpit and make the correction. When Pastor Ibiyomie said that what the forbidden fruit that Adam and Eve ate in the garden was tight, that's a lie. It's not. There are some things when you don't talk. So I think he spoke as a man, not as a pastor. He just talk. Liken it to Pastor Enoch Adeboye. Early this year, Pastor Adeboye was making a conference. He was in a conference, and he said, "Go back, tell your congregation, those that don't pay their tithes, they will not go to heaven." Pastor Adeboye talk about ROCCG, and I came here to blast them. See, and they blast everybody. If you do well, but look at where I am. When you do well, I will commend you. When you make error, I will criticize you. That is where some of our bloggers are getting it wrong. When a pastor does something good, they will never come to commend the pastor. But when that pastor does something controversial, immediately they will pick it up and drag it and drag it and drag it and drag it. How about the goodness, the good works that the pastor has been doing? Papi Ibiyomie in Port Harcourt, go to Port Harcourt and ask questions. That man, they tar roads, orphanage, they do projects. Not everything people they post for social media. Pastor David Ibiyomie, they do projects. Charity in a massive. Bloggers know they carry that one. They know they commend that one. But when they talk within the controversial, they go drag them. Let us learn how to recommend and comment when somebody does something good, and criticize when somebody does something bad. If we become that kind of bloggers or influencers or creators or ambassadors, we'll become unbiased and neutral. So some of the things where Pastor Ibiyomie talk, they're wrong. Look at Papa Adeboye. After making that video that those who didn't go pay tax will not go to heaven, he came again and apologized and corrected it. That spirit of humility. Pastors, when you are wrong, learn to correct it. I will respect and honor a pastor that admits he's wrong when he's wrong than a pastor that covers it up. So Pastor Paul Adefarasin was driving in his convoy and then came down, then went down his glass and brought out something we look like color, an internet dragon. And when he came to church, he didn't even, he came to defend himself in pride. Sorry, you had to talk my mind though. Because you are a pastor, you are a public figure, you are a spiritual head. If not David Adele can do that kind of thing, we could just live on like that. Now look at the sentiment of social media people. When it concerns your pastor, you tell us not to talk about it. But when it concerns another person's pastor, you want us to talk about it. That's why Nigeria no go better. Now some of them they cause them. On our way be Christians, now some of them they cause them. When it concerns your favorites, you know what make people talk about them. You want us to forget about it because now your favorites. But when it concerns another person to be your favorite, you will join the gossip and join the dragging. Is that not sentiments? Pastor Paul Adefarasin, I said, if it is something else, tell us what. They say it was not firearm. So what was it? I saw comments, forget about it. Who are you? Who are you? But if another pastor do it, you will follow dragon. Sentimental Christians. Asking spiritual fathers questions is not hypocrisy. It is not rebellion. We should ask questions. When Tinubu do anyhow, we go ask a question. Rain or mockery, ask a question. We ask our governors questions. We ask our presidents questions. We ask our celebrities questions. Why can't we ask our pastors questions? Because they are pastors, so they are untouchable. That's wrong. You can ask questions. Asking questions no be bad thing. And the pastor being humble to apologize when he's wrong or to explain when it arises makes him a super leader. Leadership by example. That is what it should be. When someone is wrong, criticize the person. When the person does something good, commend the person. That is how we can become good Nigerians. We are dragging INEC. We are querying INEC. Because INEC did something wrong. But when we now drag and you will support us to drag INEC. But if it concerns your favorites, your guy, your pastor, you go say, may we not talk and say, leave all judgment for God. Who are you to ask questions? Who are you to ask INEC questions? Who are you to ask other people questions? So this problem is sometimes not Christianity. Not Christians, they cause them. So, commend people when they do well, criticize them when they do wrong. Do that to me. That's how to be a good person. So, Pastor Jereze in church now, don't they do good? Nobody will talk. If there is a controversy now, bloggers go wake up, they find traffic. That's weak. You're not a blogger, you're an antichrist. If you are somebody that always speaks the controversial angle of pastors, the only controversial angle, you're an antichrist. The same way you pick the controversial angle, when the person does something commendable, that's how to be a good Nigerians. Share this video, Christians, because now some of them they cause this thing. Now they play sentiments, and that's the problem. Seeking, when Seeking insulted Adeboye, insult, he called Adeboye useless boy. Some people went and arrested the guy for fright before prison. Adeboye said, free him. This does not mean insult your elders, because some of them they look for trouble for views and followers. This does not mean insult your elders. This means spiritual fathers should lead by example. And this means you learn to criticize, don't insult your elders. Criticism is different from insult. If you see criticism as insult, then you have a problem. Criticize when it is needed, comment when it is needed. That's my point in this video.